Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be setting up my passion planner for October. I can't believe it's October already, but it's time to set up my planner, jot down all the things, use all my stamps to get it ready for October. So as always, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I like to cover this bar on the side of my monthly calendar. I don't usually use it. I prefer to use my calendar to keep up with photos and project life and the weeks. So I tend to cover it up with the sticky craft paper from Stationery Pal. And then I use my Everyday Explorers number stamp to stamp out the week number. So it just makes the process easier when I open my calendar and look at the photos. It reminds me of what we did that week. And so when I put my project life layouts together, it's just pretty quick. Anyways, I also use the bottom portion to keep track of my reading. So I usually use the stamp set from Carrie Bradford to stamp Read That. And I end up printing out book covers to fill in that box. If you haven't seen any of my Passion Planner videos, definitely recommend it. I will link the playlist for you, and you can see some of my flip throughs and kind of see after the pen layouts. Now, I also use the sidebars for my weeklies to keep track of my social media. As a content creator, I keep track of my social media. So I usually do 3 boxes, one for YouTube, one for Instagram, and one for my Reading with Hiba book club on Instagram. So I do that for every single week. And I use the stencil. I got the stencil from Etsy. If I find it, I will link it in the description box for you. But I use this stencil to make the process easier. And then I'm going to color in my boxes with this gray marker. Again, this is one of my favorite Tombow markers ever, and I like to just fill it out with that gray. I want to kind of keep it neutral before the week starts, just in case I end up adding extras to the layout. So basically, if I want to add a sticker or anything, I don't want the colors to clash, so I try to go with neutrals when I set up my weekly spreads. Now that that's done, I usually go in and stamp reading at the top of each day. This is to track my reading again. So if I read that day, I just color it in. And if I didn't, I don't. So it helps me kind of keep track of my reading. As you guys know, I love reading, so that's something very important to me. But I love having this box in my Passion Planner weeklies, just because if you want to do any kind of habit tracker, you can use that box for that. So now that I have the basics down, I go back in and I fill out important things that are happening throughout the month. So we have about 4 birthdays in October, and I ended up grabbing this birthday stamp from Studio Calico just to stamp happy birthday on those days. I have a couple of nieces and nephews, and Sabine's birthday is also in October. And I'm just using the little balloon stamp just to add a little something to each birthday. And also I did want to mention that usually when I do these setups on YouTube, they do look kind of stamp heavy, but I honestly like to kind of use my stamps to set up my weeklies. That way, throughout the month, I don't have to keep coming back to my desk to add a stamp. I can just use my stickers. And also I have so many stickers, I need to use them. So that's why you'll see that it's kind of stamp heavy. Now, I did use my Reading with Hiba stamp set to mark our book club. So it's always at the last Sunday of each month. So I know that's happening. So I was able to use my stamp. I also know that we are having an all-day craft party for my YouTube members on the 15th. So I went ahead and grabbed a peach because they are my peaches. And I'm just going to stamp that peach on that day just to remind me that the craft party is on the 15th. So basically, if I know something's happening, I can use my stamps. And if things happen throughout the week, I can use my stickers. I also like to keep up with my YouTube channel and the videos that are posting for each week. I love this little mini stamp set from Everyday Explorers. I use it to kind of remind me what I'm posting on YouTube. And because I post twice a week, I know what days. I will just stamp the little icon at the bottom of each day, and then I can come in and fill out what videos are going up that week. I also cover this little section. I believe it's I can't even remember what it says down there, but I usually cover it up because that's where I hold my currentlies. I also like to track what I'm watching, anything that I ordered online that's coming in that week, just to keep track of that, and also the books I'm reading. So I usually go over my black marker once I cover it up. I go over it with my white Archer and Olive acrylograph pen, and then I use my stamps to represent every little section. So I'm going to stamp a Kindle, and I'll stamp a little TV set, and also a little package to kind of represent the packages that are coming in for the week. So, because October is all about fall and Halloween, I decided to grab some of my Halloween stamp sets. So, I usually stamp out like words of encouragement in that top left corner. But this month, I'm gonna be stamping some spooky stuff. Thought I'm going with a Halloween theme. I'm not gonna do too much, but I do want to represent Halloween in October. So I'm gonna use that box to stamp some fun words like boo and beware and things like that. And I will also use my Halloween stamps just to stamp a few things here and there. I end up stamping like a ghost. I had bought these really adorable stamp sets from Ellen Hudson, and some of them are little Halloweenish mugs. So I wanted to use some of those for my mind maps. And like you can see here, I don't usually fill out my mind maps ahead of time because obviously I don't know what's happening that week, but I'm okay with kind of stamping the mug in the center because I know I'm going to be talking about Halloween throughout like that week of Halloween. So I was okay stamping that in the center and starting my mind map from there. But as you can see, these stamps are adorable, and I have been really enjoying using them throughout my projects. And I just stamped a little ghost in the corner, and that stamp set also has the most cutest frames with little ghost families. It's so freaking adorable. So I'm gonna use some of those in the corner. I like to add these stamps, these larger stamps in the corner where the weekend sits, just because I know I don't work on the weekend, so I don't have to fill out that bottom portion of my weekend. And I can use my stamps and stickers to fill that space out and just add a little color and interest to my spreads. Something I do each month as well is I cover that space, or it's like a little quote right underneath where I have my social media. It's a great place for me to add color, and the quotes are adorable. I usually don't really completely cover them up, but this month I decided that I'm going to print these printables, measure them, have them sit right underneath my social media, and it brings in color, and they're all Halloween themed. They're adorable. So I ended up printing my own, and I'm really happy I did because they're so cute. I did miss the first week, but I'll go back and add that last one to my first week. And I also did print something for my daughter's birthday, so I end up adding that to her birthday. I just trimmed around it. But the rest are the little boxes that are going underneath my social media, and I'm so happy I did that because they turned out really, really cute. Now that I'm done sticking down my little stickers, I'm going to grab my Tombow markers and color in my stamps. Again, this is a great way to add color. I did also want to mention about the stickers. If you don't have stickers, you can print your own. Etsy's a great place to start to grab some affordable printables that you can print out and create your own stickers. So I definitely recommend it. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and color in whatever stamps I stamped out just to bring in some color and kind of add some shading and stuff to my stamps to kind of make them quote unquote real looking. But I think it's a great way to add color to any spread. So I have one more last basic that I add to my spreads is to divide my personal with work, and the bottom portions always work. So I just use a pen and write out work right in the center where that gray line is. As you can see, I don't add it to the weekends because I don't work on the weekends. And now I can play. Once I have all the basics stamped out and written out and all that good stuff, I can use my stamps to fill in small things. Like Halloween, I grabbed a Halloween stamp, added something to my Halloween stamp. And while I was doing that, I noticed that I could color in some of these ghosts to bring in some more color to the spread. I'll grab some more stamps, add some words, maybe like stamp out appointments, doctor appointments. I can stamp vet if I know that we have a vet appointment, just little things like that. I use this planner to plan things out, plan my schedule, my kids, my husband, and work. And at the same time, I still want it to look cute and pretty. So my go-to is my stamps and my stickers. Now, because I don't know what's happening exactly throughout the week, things pop up, things happen. I don't know my work schedule yet. So I try to keep as much space as possible empty just in case I need to fill out all the things. And as I said earlier, if you haven't watched any of my flip throughs, I definitely recommend it because you'll see my finished spreads and it's all filled out, it's all complete, and I had enough space to add whatever I needed throughout the week. Now, I just grabbed a weekend stamp. I want to add the weekend stamp on my weekends. Again, we don't usually have loads of plans on weekends, so it's usually not like planned. If you have teens, you know what I mean. So you can see I never write anything in my weekends until that week. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to call it done. I did want to say, give yourself some grace. Don't overthink it. Just have fun with your planners. Use those stickers and stamps and make it your own. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.